So Ukraine was hitting Russia yesterday with long-range strikes that made a propagandist wonder if a third country was involved. It's really interesting. They're trading blows. It was not so great for the Ukrainians, but it was really bad for the Russians with what they hit. Let's look at this. Attack on the Azot branch of a chemical company in Perm region of Russia. Well, where's that? I'll show you on the map in just a moment. The Azot branch of Uralchem Berezhniki lies more than 1,600 kilometers from the Ukrainian border. Its main products are ammonium nitrate, aqueous ammonia, urea, nitric acid, nitrite, nitrate salts, materials that are used in explosives manufacturing. Okay, so the factory feeds both farms and artillery. Officials blamed a refrigerator blast. Not making that up. Officials blamed a refrigerator blast, but smoke photos and 1,600 kilometer range may suggest something bigger. The Ukrainians are going, there's no safe harbor for anything in Russia anymore. Whatever they can hit, they're going to hit. Now, where is Perm? Perm is all the way, here's Ukraine, all the way out here. That's Perm. All right. Now, then there was this refinery, Orsk Neft Orgsin-Tez. How'd I do with that? I actually tried to pronounce that. Refinery in Orenburg Oblast was reportedly attacked 1,400 kilometers from Ukraine's border. The plant processes 6.6 tons of oil annually. Okay, and where is that? So this is just above Kazakhstan. Look how far this is from Ukraine's border, right? And so the Russian propagandist Sergei Martin, instead of admitting that Russian air defenses allowed drones to fly 1,400 kilometers, remember, it's not just the distance, it's that nothing shot it down along the way. Like you have no air defense anywhere along that way, reacted to the Orsk attack by alleging that the drones were launched from Kazakhstan and explicitly proposing to invade Kazakhstan. Well, I mean, I get it. You're on the Kazakhstan border, but yeah, okay. Now, this is the attack on the refinery that I can't pronounce. And I did practice it. You can see the drone here. Let me show you again. There's the drone, and you'll see the refinery in the distance. I'm not going to show you anything go boom, but there we are. Yep. Okay. So since January 21st, Russia's of January, 21 out of Russia's 38 major refineries, facilities that process crude into fuels such as gasoline, diesel, have been hit. The tally of successful attacks is already 48% higher than the total for 2024. And you see the major regions where these are attacked, and some of them have multiple refineries in that area. If you see a highlight around the dot, there's multiple strikes, and sometimes you see multiple dots. Okay, I even practice here's the Orsk Nef Yorg Sintez. How about that? That's a mouthful. Okay, attacks on oil refineries are up. You look at this chart. This is August and this is September, and they keep coming. And I think you're going to see more of this in the future. Ukraine, meanwhile, blew up a gas station in Russian-occupied Luhansk right when the Russian military trucks pulled in to refuel. So it's not that that was a bad hit. I mean, hitting the military and removing the gas station is probably a good thing, but it's nothing like hitting a refinery. And hitting a refinery that far into Russia speaks volumes. Now, overnight, the Russians were attacking Ukraine, and this is a map of what it looked like, of where they were coming from and what they were targeting. There were 303 out of 381 Shahed shot down, 0 out of 7 Iskander ballistic missiles, 12 out of 21 Iskander cruise missiles, 5 out of 7 KH-59-69 cruise missiles. So 18 missiles, 78 drones hit 15 locations. So that's a pretty bad hit. It's not top 5, probably not even top 10, but it's still going to do some destruction. As opposed to the day before, there were 86, and the day before that, it was something like that, and the day before that, it was something like that. The Russians killed 1,300 pigs after they shelled an agricultural enterprise in Kharkiv. Massive fire broke out, engulfing 8 livestock buildings covering more than 13,000 square meters. Okay. Okay. Several gas production facilities in Poltava region have halted operations following a Russian drone and missile strike overnight. And so this is actually doing some damage, but it's not asymmetrically doing the same damage to Ukraine. Yeah, it's bad to not have gas, but the Ukrainians don't rely on gas output as a core to their budget. Ukrainian helicopters shooting down a Russian Shahed drone every night to target Ukrainian residential areas and civilian infrastructure. These Shahed drones keep coming. So just you'll see the thing going, and then you'll see it drop. There it is, just getting hit and dropping out of the sky. That's some good work. Okay, on the battlefield, 970 Russians off the battlefield day over day, 1 tank, 1 armored fighting vehicle, 13 artillery systems, 44 vehicles and fuel tanks. September, the Russian army lost 28,490 troops, just under 29,000. Okay, so 30 days has September, about 1,000 per day, a little less than, maybe 950 per day, 975 per day. Per cross direction, Russian invaders conducted 36 assaults. That's low, even for the 970. That's a low number. And everybody's watching the per cross direction. Russia's watching per cross. That's where they moved their 90th Tank Division. Now, there's also a mass of 90,000 troops near Le Mans, but both sides claim advances, but it's just slow there. Like if you look at in the Le Mans direction, Ukrainian defenders stopped 10 attacks. There's just not a lot going on, and that's due to drones. Moscow commands its troops to kill men and use women and children as human shields. This doubles the complexity of defending cities because, unlike them, we can't endanger our people, says one of the spokespersons. Yeah, that's right, and we've seen evidence of them doing this repeatedly. Russian Marines from the 810th Naval Guards Infantry Brigade are being forced to cross. Our Guards Naval Infantry Brigade are being forced to cross a reservoir in Sumy region and are being targeted and eliminated. That's because drones are just so powerful. Here's a Russian drone ambush. This technique is being used more and more across the front. It's a drone that sits on a main travel route and then saves power and waits for a vehicle to pass by. Both play this game. Both sides play that game, and they just wait for something to come. And again, drones are powerful. Moscow's top military academy launches a new drone program, Command of the Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Operators program. For the first time in the academic year, Russia's higher military academy has introduced new specialty that's Command of Unmanned Aerial Vehicle Operators. So that's what these guys are training for. Tomorrow I'm just going to do a dedicated drone video to show you a number of innovations, and at least 2 of them, probably 3 of them, are going to just blow your mind. It's amazing. So look for that. Chinese launch thousands of drones from special containers by a transformer truck. This isn't military. This is for civilian purposes. Currently used by civilian drone light show company, the concept extrapolates to rapid launches of massive military drone swarms. Imagine what this would look like if this was for military purposes rather than, look at this, the drone truck just pulls out and yeah, you're going to create a swarm. I'm telling you, this is the future, right? Okay, last little bit. I'm happy, but I'm not happy because this guy has just been released from captivity, but his brothers in arms are still in captivity, and he's being assured that they're working toward getting them out. And but yeah, it's great to be out, but he's worried about his brothers in arms. Last little bit, doctor, I need antidepressants. Here, take this. But this is, oil refinery strikes. Thank you, doctor. All right, my friends, that's all that I have for you right now. Thank you for the time, the likes, the shares, and the subscribes, and for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.